Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Uh-oh, need a wand. And I just happen to have one. Imagine that. You get fairy dust, I get fairy dust. Little Emily gets fairy dust. And it's time for a question for Ask an Advanced Bitch. Unfortunately, no one asked me a question this week, so I'm going to answer a question that no one asked me. I'm going to answer a question from the dynamics perspective that was asked to the New York Times social Q advice columnist. So here it is. My nephew has been estranged from his parents for 3 years after they had some difficult conversations. I don't know all the details, and I've tried to remain neutral. When my nephew married, his parents were not at the wedding. He and his wife moved several hours away. Now they have an infant son, and as far as I know, my sister and her husband are unaware of their grandchild's existence. My nephew and I keep in touch, and I suggested that he tell his parents about the baby, but I don't know if he did. I feel disloyal to my sister withholding this news. In her position, I would want to know about the baby, but I don't have my nephew's permission to tell her, and he may object. Complicating matters, I have issues with my sister, and we are barely speaking. What do I do? So immediately when I encounter, and his answer is fantastic. When I encounter these things, these problems, I look at it through a lens of, let me see what dynamics are happening already before I decide to put my 2 cents in, before I decide to do anything. And this helps me decide what to do. Fortunately, I have, because I'm in recovery, because I do my personal growth work, because I take these dynamics very seriously, and I have my own boundaries, and um, I have my own values about how to move forward once I look at it through the lens of dynamics. Okay. So the first thing we need to know is the nephew is estranged from his parents for 3 years after some difficult conversations. Okay. That's So the first thing that I see is a triangle. I see a triangle and anytime there's a triangle, it's dangerous. Anytime there is a triangle, it's like, uh-oh, this is probably not going to go well. And so you have the nephew, you have the mother, and you have the nephew, you have the woman who wrote the question, the aunt, and then you have the sister, his mother. And so already, and so my main goal is to, when I see a triangle, I'm like, absolutely not. So this would be me in this position. I'm like, no, 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 no. Anything I do is going to interrupt what they've got going on. The relationship is between these two, not me. I have a relationship with him and I have a relationship with her. There's no reason for me to get into the middle of something. So already, if there's a triangle, I'm very wary. I'm like, ooh, if I do anything, I already need to know there's going to be a consequence for this. Okay. So the other piece, so we already know danger, danger. And so for me, I'm out already. I do nothing. I do nothing. So I'm out. Um, then the next thing is that you don't know all the details. And so since I wouldn't know all the details, I have no business coming up with my own details. So the detail I have now is let's pretend I'm the sister. The detail I have now is that there's a baby. That's my detail. That's the only detail that I have. And if I don't have the context to put in the details of what's going on between these two, then again, I'm out. I don't have, so if I don't have the details, then I have no rights here, in my opinion. And so when my nephew, so we know they weren't at the wedding. Okay. People don't get invited to, don't, people aren't, family members aren't estranged for lame reasons. That's just, in my experience, that's not a thing. if I was late to a thing and then nobody is going to speak to me after that, something else is going on, like something else is going on and it's major, whatever it is. And so if people aren't speaking, I don't think it's because of the difficult conversation that they had. It's probably the difficult conversation they had about shit that went down in the past. And so once again, I'm out. I'm out because I don't know. And I can just assume that if there's a dynamic between two people who aren't speaking anymore, then I can know some shit went down that's bigger than I know. And I clearly don't need to know. And another piece of information is that I'm actually not in my nephew's inner circle, or I would know because he would have told me. Then let's see. So and the thing is, you don't talk to your sister, so you don't even know if she knows about the existence. I'm guessing she probably knows. If somebody else has probably told her, and if they have, that's on them. That's their deal with the triangle. And I would, in my opinion, that would cross the nephew's boundary. If he is not speaking to her, but I'm going to triangulate and pass on information to the person he's not speaking to, that means I'm disloyal to my nephew. That my nephew, and then one of my values is I want to be a safe person to the people I love. And so I would automatically make myself unsafe to my nephew. Do I want to do that? I see you have a sister here, but you already don't really talk to her and things are difficult with her, which is a clue as to why shit's going down with the nephew. Um, so you feel disloyal to your sister. So this is a pickle. This is a legitimate pickle. So you feel disloyal. So it's like, okay, which hit do I want to take? Do I want to take, I'm unsafe to my nephew now, that I don't get to be in his life now, or I betray him by passing on information? Or do I, and so therefore then I would be loyal to my sister, and I have a feeling your sister wouldn't, just as if this is the pickle, my hunch is that your sister would not feel loyal to you because you talked to him anyway. But anyway, that's a tale for another time. Or do I choose to this loyalty, and also I would question the word loyalty. You may feel guilty, you may feel bad for her, but it's like, is it really something to do with loyalty that you would want to tell your sister this information? You specifically say, I don't have his permission. And so yeah, so for me, it gets really clear really fast. And for me, it's important to understand dynamics because as somebody who has CPTSD, trauma, codependency, the fawn trauma response, crazy family dynamics, it's important for me to see the dynamics. And I actually don't trust my own opinion or my hunch. Might think I need to be loyal. Like that feels disloyal. I need to be loyal, when it's actually, oh my God, I might be being hooked. I'm being triangulated, or I feel like I want to triangulate. Uh-oh, that's not good for me. I need to go to therapy. I want to betray my nephew. Uh-oh, is that what I want to do? Anyway, that dog scared me. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.